Boom. Hey, hey. Tina G. Misha Oliver. Mike Spees. Lee Saunders. Mia to you. Cha-Cha. Nurse Mitch. Geocosmic Valentine. Monique Lee. The Trump Reaper. Queen of the South. Wojo Mom. Bernadette. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. And me, BDD in the Heezy. Phyllis Hatch. Stella Baxter. Samantha Hawkins. Sarah B. Chrissy M. Susie Brizuela. Stephanie L. Samantha McIntyre. Chrissy M. Meredith Powell. Scribbles my dibbles. Jamie from Wisconsin. Watcher Soko. Philosophy. Michelle Bookout. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka BrooklynDad, and this is Storytime. Gling, gling. Welcome. Happy Monday to everybody. Glad to see you guys. Fox Hill Dreams is here. Not late, right on time. Gavin Rutherford has stepped into the room. Meek Speed says he's been blinded 50% by my rad hat. Thank you. Michelle Manziano. You know what? I apologize if you guys are trying to reach me via my DMs. Big time apologies. It's difficult for me. I get a lot of DMs. I'm not bragging. I'm just stating a fact. And it's hard for me to, if you send one, chances are, like, if you sent it like 10 minutes ago, by now, it's no longer in the top slot. It's all the way down like number 40 because a lot of people add me to discussion groups, and that's the thing. I'm not ignoring anybody. I do my best. Every once in a while, I get lucky, and I'm able to respond. That's just kind of how it goes. That's how it is. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I hope everybody is well now. Let's see. Juan Afukmi. It's gotta be Matt Meehan. Juana Fukmi. Sylvia Correa is here. Laurie B. Valerie G. Lisa Hathaway is here. All right, let's go ahead and jump right on into our stories of the day.
Stories of the day.
I love that. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we asked the question, if he were alive today, would he be satisfied with the progress? Donald Trump seems to be taking on Ron DeSantis and other people, which begs the question, is he done? Is his goose cooked? We'll discuss. A dramatic showdown in Texas at a synagogue ends well for the worshipers, not so for the terrorist. Today's guessing game is Unscramble that HBO TV show. And last but not least, goodness gracious, if you have not yet seen this, I'm giving you well advanced warning. This is gross. This Pastor Mike Todd is today's You Raggedy Bish. I was yesterday years old when I learned the name Pastor Mike Todd, and I regret it. I do. Teresa Plash has joined us from Minnesota. Let's see, we got Samantha Hawkins. Rose Cologne is here, ladies and gentlemen. Susan C has also popped into the room. Mia to you. Lee Saunders, Sylvia Correa. Let's see. Sarah B, got you. Regina Clark is here. I'm just trying to catch up, scrolling down. Yes, the spit guy. Sorry. And Brooklyn Walker says, would MLK be satisfied? No, he would say it's all happening again back out there. That's a good comment, Brooklyn Walker. Stick around. We might add to that. All right, let's jump right on in to our random chill stuffs. If you're just popping in, if you've just gotten here, make sure you hit that like button. It looks like a thumbs up, and let's go. Today is January 17th. It's not just any old day. Well, today the nation, the United States, is celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, which was actually on January 15th. However, there's quite a few people who are sharing this birthday day. By the way, is anybody in the room, is it your birthday today? Please let us know. We'll shout you out here. Happy birthday to you. I see Alaska Cindy is with us. That damn Alaskan. Linda Rennie, welcome to you too. All right. But yeah, there's quite a few famous people whose birthday happens to be today. Michelle Obama. One of the most famous first ladies of all time. It's her birthday today. It's fantastic. Philosophy says it's his ex-wife's birthday. We won't shout her out. Apparently he's already done that. That's why she's his ex. The greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. Today is his birthday as well. And of course, we just recently lost Miss Betty White, who was a tremendous talent, a wonderful person. She was an animal lover. There was a Betty White challenge going on. I believe it's still going on. And the Betty White challenge is, if you are able to donate anything to a local rescue shop, that you should please do so, because there are cats and dogs and critters in there that could use a loving home. Lord knows, we know, personally, we have rescued cats and dog. Let's see. Sherry Scary is here, guys. What's up, Sherry Scary? Glad to see you here. Linda Rennie is from upstate New York. Samantha Brakefield gave to her local cat shelter today. Nicely done. Mr. James Earl Jones. I mean, this guy has been around so long, and he's accomplished so much in his career. There's some generations who know him as the voice of Darth Vader. I will deal with him myself. Yes. Other generations know him as the voice of Mufasa from The Lion King. Other generations know him as King Jaffe Joffer from Coming to America. He was Eddie Murphy's dad. And other generations know him as the voice of CNN. This is CNN. Hey, what's up, Eddie G? I see you. Yes, I'm here. Solid Blue Sister. I see you too. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. And of course, the man with the elastic face, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's one of those guys who you either love him or you hate him. People are completely split on him. I love him. I think Jim Carrey is a rare talent. He's this generation's. I couldn't even. I was gonna call him like Jonathan Winters, the guy who used to back in the day did all these impersonations. But Jim Carrey's got some depth, some dramatic depth. I've seen him in dramatic roles. He's fantastic. I love him. He's funny as hell too. Okay. So, moving right along, the Whole30 continues. This weekend was tough. Good Lord. If you've been following my Twitter feed, you've seen me complain about it. Wifey and I went to, what is it? Costco and Target, and it seems to not matter, no matter where we go. If we walked into a stationery store, I swear to you, all we would see is cupcakes and food. Good Lord, yeah. But the good news is, as of today, this is from this morning, I have shed a total of 6 pounds. I started this thing off at 235, which is that is the heaviest that I've been in my entire life by a lot. Let's see, previously the heaviest I was 225. Anyway, we went to Target. We're not looking for cupcakes and cookies, and I've tried this stuff before. It's all right, but it's not great. But yesterday I passed by it. It's all I wanted to eat. Yeah, brutal. Yeah, and you see cupcake, everything just looks delicious and looks fantastic. Even these fake ass Burger King burgers, I swear to you, this is inedible. When you see an ad for Burger King and you see the delicious burger with steam coming off it, it's a little bit of sizzle on it, it's not real. It's like painted. They put like a whole lot of inedible ingredients and chemicals on it. Yeah, but even that looks delicious to me. Anyway, Deb B says, can't see the chat on Twitter. Weird. That's because, Deb, if you want to join the chat, and you are absolutely welcome to do so, please go to YouTube. There is a link on my Twitter page that has my face with like a graphic, that says like MLK Day and Trump done. That graphic, click on that link. It'll take you to the page and you can jump in and, we can see your comments live. That's Deb B talking to you. Hey, Lois Prue is here. First giving up smoking, now losing weight. You rock. Thank you very much. I'm trying. Doing the best I can. One day at a time. This weekend, Wifey and I watched a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff. We were productive. We got a lot of stuff done that we needed to get done. But we also managed to take in some movies. And the first one we saw was, I think we saw this Friday, was The Last Duel. And I had low expectations for this. I'm not sure why. I didn't know much about it. Anyway, this is starring Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Adam Driver, and Jodie Comer. And it's a story about friendship and betrayal and rape. Yes, rape. So Matt Damon plays a guy who is kind of friends with Adam Driver. He saves Adam Driver's life. And how does Adam Driver's character repay him? He rapes his wife. He rapes Matt Damon's wife. Now, it's not that straightforward. This movie is actually told, the story in this movie is told in the style of Rashomon. And Rashomon is a Japanese movie, old movie, but it tells a story of a murder from multiple perspectives. Yeah. And this movie does pretty much the same, and you, the viewer, are left to decide. And Wifey and I are watching this, and we're trying to guess. It was actually really good. You thought you knew what had happened, but the way they told the story, you really actually weren't that sure until the end played out. We enjoyed this movie. It's tough to watch. Just, unmistakably tough to watch. There are some scenes that are triggering. Yeah? Some scenes of abuse, sexual abuse. So just be forewarned, right? But it's well directed. The cinematography is great. Acting, the performances are great. I give it a 9 out of 10. And then this other movie, damn, I forgot to put the header slide up here, but the Tragedy of Macbeth. Yeah, that's the new movie starring Denzel Washington. I was looking forward to it because I'm a big Denzel Washington fan. But I forgot that I am also not a Shakespeare fan. I am not. When I was in high school and we had to do Shakespeare, not a fan. It's laborious reading, if you're not well versed in Old English, which who is, right? This thing, the tragedy of Macbeth, is on Apple TV. The other movie I was talking about, the Last Duel, is on HBO. Chacha was asking if this was on Netflix. So, the previous movie I was just talking about, HBO. This one is on Apple TV. Now, the scenes, the cinematography seems stellar, beautiful, artistic, very artistic. But the dialogue is, "No more the Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest." What is he talking about? Nobody knows. I mean, somebody knows. I most certainly don't know. And these subtitles are flying by pretty quickly. And before I even get a chance to process what the hell he means by this, there's another line of dialogue flying by, and I have no clue what it means. This one. "Or have we eaten on the insane route that takes the reason prisoner?" This one I was able to figure out, actually. I was like, oh, he's like, yo, are we seeing what we're seeing, or are we stoned? Did we eat something that gave us a buzz and altered our perceptions? That sort of thing, right? But then it continues. "But under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose." And I was like, man, I don't want to watch a movie that I need subtitles to understand the subtitles. Melissa McQueen, welcome. I see you there. Stella Baxter, Monique Lee. Hang on a second. I'm just catching up to the comments here. So, yeah. I'm going to give it another try. Wifey and I tried twice. Still not a big fan. And, Wifey is more learned than I am. She is. She went to good schools and actually finished college. But this was tough sledding for me. So I'll give it another try just because I saw, rave reviews about it, but I don't want to work for my movies. Damn it. All right. Here's a show. It's fantastic. It's called Servant, and it's by M. Night Shyamalan. It's creepy as faheezy, but brilliant. Brilliant. So here's the premise. You see this picture here? It's a little baby. It's a fake baby. Fake baby, not real. As the show opens up, and this is not a spoiler, this is the premise. It's the premise. It's a couple that just lost their child, and in the very beginning, you see a fake baby in the crib. Fake baby. It's realistic looking. In fact, they call it a reborn baby or something like that, where it actually helps the family that's grieving to slowly cope with what has transpired, right? But the mama, the mother who lost her child, is not coping with reality. In fact, she thinks this baby is real. The husband, he knows, but he's not trying to burst her bubble. I see you, Kimberly Moss. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And then the nanny shows up. This nanny here, her name is Leanne, and she is spooky. She's very spooky. And upon her arrival, bizarre things begin to occur. If you like spooky, creepy stuff, this is it. The cinematography is chef's kiss. It's beautiful. You love watching it. This is a show I could rewatch. Yeah. And what's that guy from Harry Potter? Ron Weasley is in this too. He's very good. They live in a brownstone, very fancy. These are rich people, a fancy brownstone. Sandra says, "Thou canst not speaketh thine own language." But aside from the scenery and the performances, what I love very much is food. So the father the husband in this show, he is a chef, and he's like really, really fancy chef. He prepares like gourmet food, and he's like a food critic. He gets rabbits and live food delivered to his home. Not live rabbits, but whatever. You get the idea. He's top shelf chef. So I give this show, we're up to we're at near the end of season 1. I give this so far a 9 out of 10. It's really engaging. It's easy to binge too, because the episodes I think are about 30 minutes each or less. So this is another Apple TV show. And that's it. That's it for the random stuffs. Boom. Let's see. Am I missing this one? No, Misha's not on Netflix. This is on Apple TV once again. Rupert Grint. Thank you. Rupert Grint is Ron Weasley's real name. Gourmet chef, yes. All right. Is anyone else buffering? Karen Purdy wants to know, could be the weather interfering. Wojo Mom wants to know, how much snow did we get? Last night we got probably about an inch, and then it started raining. And it rained all night, and by the time we woke up, all the snow was gone. Boo-hoo. All right, let's jump right on into our quick hits. Yeah, you son of a bee. The hits are coming. They are coming. Let's go. Wait. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Hang on a second. You guys know what time it is, right? You know what transpired. Let's see. Quick hits tune. let's just do this because I do have some quick hits prepared, but this is Friday's quick hits. Always forgetting something on, this is live, ladies and gentlemen. This is live. And when you're a one-man show, sometimes things happen beyond your control. And in this instance, beyond my control, I just forgot to load today's quick hits. Silly me. So within 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, I will have today's quick hits loaded and ready to discuss. Booyah! Booyaka! All right. So, when last we discussed the Australian Open, this guy, Novak Djokovic, was waiting to find out if he was going to be deported. And indeed, Novak Djokovic is the first tennis player to miss just 2 shots and get bumped from a tournament. I can't take credit for that one. Somebody on the interwebs came up with that. But yeah, because he was not vaccinated, Novak Djokovic was deported from Australia. Now, normally, this thing is supposed to last for 3 years. 3 years. But the Australian Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, said that there might be a waiver for him to play next year. That's granted that he gets vaccinated in the interim or things change during this pandemic/endemic. But meanwhile, he could be banned from the French Open. You guys know what this is? This is the world's smallest violin. Yeah, tough shit, dude. Yeah, we all have rules that we have to abide by. Bye-bye. Yeah, he's arrogant indeed. Everybody else has to get the shot. Why don't you? Saturday night, if you were watching the Trump rally, it was probably just for shits and giggles. Me personally, I have no need to watch any more Trump rallies because basically it's going to be a bunch of guys wearing Blacks for Trump t-shirts behind him so that he can say the most racist shit. That's one. 2, he's going to complain about the election. Then it's going to say it was stolen from him. He was robbed, etc., etc. He's just replaying the same old shit over and over. You could have watched a rally that he put on a year ago and it'd be identical. Really. The only thing would be different is the tense, right? Before the election, he was saying it would be stolen from him, that it would be rigged. He was saying that shit long before the election, before a single vote was cast. He knew he was horrible. He knew he was a horrible candidate, and he was always setting the stage for an insurrection, for people to be pissed off, for people to feel like the election was stolen from him, but it was not. And, he's going nowhere fast, in my opinion. And I know, don't ever count this guy out. He's like that monster in the monster movie, somebody hits him from behind with a chair and you think he's down. No, no, don't assume that, But Ann Coulter has been going at him. She's all but said in fact, she pretty much did say stick a fork in him. He's done. She's saying don't give him any more attention. She's telling the media to stop focusing on him, move on. I don't really trust Ann Coulter, to be perfectly honest with you, nor should you, because Ann Coulter has always been a Trump supporter from day one. And, that gives you an idea where her judgment is. I don't trust her. I don't trust what she's saying either. Although I agree, nobody should be giving him any airtime. But look at me talking about him. Why? Because he is that monster that just got hit from behind with a chair. Don't count him out. So, yeah, he seems wounded, but the creatures that are wounded are the most dangerous. Wounded and cornered. And he is now at odds with Ron DeSantis. He seems to be the one who's throwing the most punches at Ron DeSantis. And I don't know if this is just for theater, to give the appearance that Trump is robust and strong, or maybe it's to prop up Ron DeSantis. Maybe Trump knows he doesn't want to run in 2024. Everybody's been assuming that he's going to run, but I personally, I don't know how is he going to run in 2024 when he's got all of this legal drama going on behind the scenes. How can he? Literally, how can he, right? By the end of this year, I'll be shocked if there's not at least one indictment and possibly two indictments out against Trump. But this is actually, in my opinion, this mix-up between Trump and DeSantis is helping DeSantis. Yeah, it's giving him more of a national profile. He's looking stronger. If he does not engage with Trump, if he doesn't push back, if he doesn't call him out, blah, 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 maybe he comes off looking above the fray, more statesman-like. I'm observing this the way the rest of you guys are. I don't know. Let's see. Eddie G says, no, he's scared of Ron DeSantis, who is younger. Yeah. Possible. But the hits kept coming this weekend. We found out yesterday that DirecTV is dropping OAN. OAN is One America News. And that's fantastic news to me. I wish they would expand who they're dropping to also Newsmax and Fox. Or at the very least, I don't even carry DirecTV, but, companies like DirecTV, distributors, they should allow subscribers to opt out of Fox News. Like, if I don't want to pay for Fox News, I should have the option to not pay for Fox News. I don't want to support Fox News. Why make me pay for it if I don't even watch it? Mike Lindell is being dropped from his bank. He's been dropped by everybody. Why is anybody even giving Mike Lindell the time of day, let alone a bank account or anything? It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see the hits rolling in for people who made life so miserable for us for 4 years. Dan Bongino bounced off of YouTube. He's been suspended for disseminating COVID misinformation. So it's an all-around good day for if you are not somehow affiliated with Trump or the awful right wing. Hostages. 4 people were held hostage in an 11-hour standoff at the Beth Israel congregation in Colleyville, Texas. And the perpetrator, the terrorist, goddamn, Malik Faisal Akram. And what's weird about this is when I first heard the name, I was like, holy shit. Goddamn Muslim terrorist, but the shocking thing was that the media is describing him as a British national, which, I mean, go figure. I'm shocked. You need to call it what it is. In this instance, yeah, that's legitimately, he is a Muslim terrorist. It is, if you hold people hostage, you're automatically a terrorist. And if your religion happens to be Islam, yeah, you are doing us a disservice. You are making us look bad, piece of shit. So he was a 44-year-old British national, an elite FBI team. It was a hostage rescue team, killed Akram after the hostages were released around 9 p.m. Texas time. Now, they weren't really released in as much as this guy here, Rabbi Charlie Citron Walker. This guy is a freaking hero, right? He waited for the right moment. Apparently, he and several members of the synagogue had gotten training. They had training sessions, what to do in an active shooter situation. And this dude picked up a chair. He waited for the right moment. Like, these negotiations have been going on for a while, and they're terrified. And it sounds like the terrorist is getting more agitated. He's not getting what he wants. And so he waited for the right moment, picked up a chair, and threw it at him. He had already told the 3 other people with him, when he does that, make a run for the exit. And that was it. Boom! They were out. It's, you hate for this shit to happen. You never want to see this happen, but it's exciting that the rabbi saved lives that day. That's amazing. He shouldn't have had to be in that situation, but whew! That's something special. Xander Zork, I see you there. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the show. Jed Murphy, there you go. I see ya. And that's it for our quick hits. So let's go ahead and jump right on into our timeline cleanse. Timeline cleanse. Timeline cleanse. All right, timeline cleanse. Now, this first clip is something that we got from our buddy Philosophy, aka Jonathan. Oh my lord, have I forgotten your last name? Oh, Jonathan Slater, excuse me. And this is interesting. I swear I've seen videos like this before. There's squeezy things that somehow, like, they deteriorate, they turn into liquid or whatever, but I for some reason I want these.
Green or blue?
Look at, it's dry but it's wet. What is this? Has anybody seen these things? I think this is purple. What the hell?
Red or orange?
And it just crumbles. Dudes, what is this?
Green or blue?
And why do I want it?
Purple or pink?
Watcher Soko says she literally got stuck on Jonathan's Twitter
or
feed
orange?
last night for like an hour. Okay. That's that. So let's see. Next one. Okay. This one. So this next one is just a clip of our little Kobe. Now you can see her little leg there. That, remember I told you guys that she's got one leg that don't function properly. We love her so much. I don't know if it's because of her leg, in spite of her leg. She's just adorable, and she often comes into the living room with this little worm in her mouth. She's a cutie patootie. That's Kobe. Yeah, she just killed that rainbow snake. She is one of the loudest purring kittens I've ever had. We love her. I think we'll keep her. Okay, this next and last one, I like to serve the best for last. Uh, this one speaks to the whole conspiracy theory about you. I'm sure by now you've heard people are afraid of the vaccine because they think people are trying to track you. They're trying to inject tracking devices through the vaccine. And this next one is a stand up comedian, which has a funny as hell spin on this optimistic conspiracy theory. Great. That video was courtesy of Alex Falcone on TikTok. And Karen Thomas, thank you very much, my friend, for the kind donation. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for our a timeline a cleanse. That dude is hilarious. I'm not sure if his name is Alex Falcone. He appears to be a stand-up comedian. Very funny bit. If you guys know his name, his actual name, please confirm if that is Alex Falcone or if he's got a different name. Please share it with the rest of us. I'd love to follow up on him. All right. Next topic is, what would Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. say? Now, today is the day here in America when we celebrate the legacy of perhaps, if not one of the most, if not the greatest civil rights leaders, one of the greatest civil rights leaders we've ever had of all time, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Philosophy, thank you, my friend, for the kind donation. He was born on January 15th, as I stated earlier, 1929, and assassinated on April 4th, 1968. But his message of achieving racial equality through nonviolent means lives on. So today is that day that, people take to reflect, and some people do community service like President Biden and Dr. Jill Biden did yesterday. They volunteered to help give out food to the needy. And then earlier today, Vice President Kamala Harris was also donating her time along with her husband to help give out much needed food and resources. So aside from that, you on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, people that you know and love, family members, and also politicians that you do know but don't love, they all come out of the woodwork to share their Dr. King quotes to show how, righteous they are. Ooh, I support civil rights, but they really don't, because they're against voting rights, and that means you're not for civil rights. Most people love to share the Dr. King quote, "I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day out in the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will be judged by the color of their, not by the color of their skin, but by their character. And it goes on. It's you guys know the speech. It's very, very famous speech. And we have achieved quite a bit since then. Here's another quote. I don't know if you guys know this. He says, Dr. King said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. And that, in my opinion, is an important quote to help answer the question of whether or not Dr. King would be satisfied by what we've achieved, by where we are today. Okay? Let's start off with the biggest, most obvious achievement, in recent history, is that we finally did elect the first African American president of the United States of America. That was a very big deal. In fact, this was a deal that, some people who were Trump supporters, some people who voted for Trump in 2016 actually voted for Obama in 2008. How does that happen? Why? Because some people honestly believed that electing a black man as our president would help us move past, into a post-racial world, in a world where race doesn't matter anymore. You often hear people say, I don't see color. I don't even see color. You actually do need to see color. You do. You do until you don't. But in this reality, you do. Because if you don't, see, we're not all at the stage where we're all equal. If we were living in a world where everybody is equal, where nobody is being oppressed based on their color, then you don't have to pay attention. But until then, you do need to pay attention because you do need to know who is being oppressed. But anyway, President Obama won not once, but twice. And that was also a very big deal. I'll admit, it did give me some hope. I was, naively thinking, maybe we are post-racial? No, I wasn't. No, I knew because this was right around the time that George Zimmerman thing happened, and the professor who was arrested in his own home in Boston, the black man, was arrested in his own home, and President Obama had that beer summit. I don't know if you remember that, but it was they came down on Obama hard because when he said that Trayvon Martin could have been his son, they lost their minds. Why? He's a black man saying that if he had a son, Trayvon Martin could have been his son. They lost their damn minds. He couldn't be his damn self. We now have Kamala Harris as our vice president of the United States. She's the first black woman to ever be elected vice president. That is a huge, people want you to downplay the importance and the significance of these things. They want to water it down. They want to say, she's not even really black. Screw that shit. Screw that shit. She is black. Because if she was pulled over by a police officer in Texas, the way Sandra Bland was, and they didn't know who she was, she could have been dead. She kind of, Yeah. Shirley Chisholm was the first black woman elected to Congress, and then first black woman to run for president back in 1972. Her slogan was unbought and unbossed. This was just 4 years after Dr. King was assassinated. So, I mean, right in the early days, right after he was assassinated, we did make some progress. We did move forward. But Let's keep going. 1992, first black astronaut to go up into space. That's a very big deal. This is non-political. This is professional. This is science, the science world. This means that, all different aspects of life, black people are rising up and being allowed to rise up. Folks who were born in the 90s and in the early 2000s, they didn't even realize, what a big deal this is. That only 30, 40 years prior, you couldn't even sit in a five and dime. You couldn't sit at the counter of a diner next to a white person. You could not. We're not allowed to. It's a very big deal, So if Dr. King was alive today, he would have seen what happened with George Floyd. He would have seen that. This is long after all of those things we achieved. President Obama being elected, and Shirley Chisholm and the astronaut, and all these other achievements we've made. A white cop still sees a black man's life as worthless as he can do whatever the hell he wants with his knee and snuff this man's life, take him out of this man's daughter's life, and just have this look on his face of complete indifference. Dr. King would not be satisfied with this situation. In the past year or two, we've seen an explosion of quote unquote Karens. I hate to use the term Karens, but because there are plenty of Karens I know, like our very own Karen Purdy, who's a wonderful person. She knows this does not apply directly to her. Let's say if I'm saying Karen, I'm spelling it with a Q. Yeah, those Q Karens. Like this one, the Central Park Karen, who used this man's, Mr. Cooper's, blackness as a weapon against him. I'm going to call the police and I'm going to tell them that a black man is threatening me. Whoo, I remember when she said that shit. Like, I felt that. If I was there, I was like, I didn't even know how I would have reacted. This guy kept his calm. But boy, she basically told him, I know that your blackness can get you fucked up, and I'm going to use it to fuck you up. And incidents like that just continue to pile up. This Q Karen of the barbecue, because a black man is barbecuing. Apparently, this is something that is worthy of 911 being contacted. Are these big major things, earth shattering? No. Taken individually, it's just two people involved in this incident. But as an overall thing, these things are happening in more instances than are being recorded. These are just the incidents that are being recorded that we happen to see because somebody with the right social media account posts it, and then we find out about it. But it's happening a lot more than we actually see. That's the point. Even with President Obama, even though President Obama was elected by, a heavy number of white Americans, there was an equal number of white Americans that were infuriated by him being elected. They were insulted. They were offended that our White House is occupied by that N-word. And they didn't say N-word, just to be clear. They would have loved to hang him. Let's fast forward. Let's fast forward back to the present. Just a few days ago, Glenn Youngkin, recently elected governor of Virginia, signed executive orders banning critical race theory, lifting mask mandate in Virginia public schools. Critical race theory has been weaponized. It's been weaponized to include everything that people just don't like. Wokeness, just throw that in there too. Make me feel guilty about being white because 300 years ago, some white men held slaves. Yeah, that's critical race theory. It's not even being. In fact, Glenn Youngkin was forced to admit on Fox News that that critical race theory is not being taught in schools in Virginia. He had to admit that on Fox News. Does it matter? No, because that's the blueprint for the GOP in 2022. They're going to run on outrage from, invisible CRT. That's like Glenn Youngkin banning critical race theory from schools in Virginia. He might as well ban schools from teaching nuclear physics to kindergartners. Ban that too, because that's happening as often as critical race is being taught to kindergartners and elementary school kids. Come on with that shit. The biggest thing, though, is voting rights. Voting rights is under assault. It's that is something that is actually happening, that we have proof that is happening. Proof. People say, oh, nobody's stopping you from voting. Just because you're black, you can't vote. You're embedding your suppression into the system. So yeah, that is suppression. It's suppression when 500,000 black voters in a city in Milwaukee have to all share one drop-off ballot box because you've eliminated all the rest. And you've eliminated all of these early voting days, and you're restricting access to voting instead of increasing access to voting. Let's get real about it. The only fraud we've seen with voting in the past 2 years, it's been Republicans. Trump supporters trying to rig the election, voting twice or using their dead mother's name to vote twice. That bullshit. And then we have Kirsten Sinema, who claims to be such a fan of the late John Lewis, but can't bring herself to vote to change the filibuster or eliminate the filibuster because bipartisanship. But you want to talk about bipartisanship? Where the hell are those Republican votes? Where are they? You want to say something is worth saving? Give us an example of why. Where are the Republicans who you can bring on to pass voting rights? If you don't have them, then your argument is bullshit. Bipartisanship right now is bullshit. That's the Congress from 20 years ago. The Congress of today, They are trying to, they accuse us of a power grab. No, the power grab is what's going on in the states. Oh, and I wish I had dropped this video that I retweeted this weekend. It's brilliant. It shows how the Republicans are kind of running up the score on the state level to beat us in the democracy game. I will try to get that for the next show. But so, in answer to my question earlier, would Dr. King be satisfied with the progress we have made thus far? The answer is no. Satisfied? No. No, because he said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. So, after we elected President Obama, mission accomplished, right? No, keep moving. Keep moving. Would he be satisfied that we don't have voting rights? No. That was half of what he was fighting for. So, no. We should keep moving. And those hypocrites in the GOP and those hypocrites, Manchinima, they need to kill that noise, stop sharing the Martin Luther King quotes, and get real. Get real. And we need to stop playing nice and start playing dirty and get this shit done. I don't know what needs to happen. I think President Biden probably should have gotten into the game much sooner and started, using his authority to push for voting rights. Because without it, we're going to be screwed. I don't want to put a damper. I don't want to sound like alarmist. Well, no, I do want to sound a little bit alarmist, but I don't want to sound like pessimistic. I still believe there is hope, even if we don't get voting rights passed, because it doesn't look currently. It looks like it's a Hail Mary if we get voting rights passed. Hail Mary. It'll be a miracle if we get it passed. I just believe now it's going to be up to grassroots organizers at the grassroots level to turn out the vote. Somewhere in all 50 states, we're going to have to find some Stacey Abrams to churn out registration, to get those registration numbers up and get people out to vote. That's that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for letting me rant for a little bit about this and that and the other. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Cinemansion. Okay. Let's jump right on into our guessing game for today. One. Unscramble that HBO TV show. I can't do that sound, but even this one is even for folks who don't subscribe to HBO. You all have friends that have at one point subscribed to HBO, and they come into work and they're like, "Yo, man, have you seen this show, The Wire? Yo, you need to check that out. It's on HBO." I don't have HBO. Well, get somebody go to their house and go watch that show. It's great. Yeah, and some of these shows are very popular. Even if you haven't watched it, you've heard about it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is a word scramble game. I'm going to give you the letters on the screen. You're going to look at it and you're going to figure out what's what. You're going to unscramble it and you're going to type in the words, and then I'm going to shout you out. All right, you guys ready? Here's the first one. Here we go. Egma faux Hretson. Egma faux Hretson. Anybody watching Egma faux Hretson? It's a popular show. No, there will not be any more Jethro Tull, at least not today. Let's see. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ring, ding, 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 boom, boom. I've seen enough. Okay, and Egma faux Hretson is actually Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Let's see. And Smila J says she will fail this miserably. I bet you won't. Let's see who's at the top. The Trump Reaper is at the top, followed by Susie Brizuela, Valerie G, Meek Spees, Nurse Mitch, Marie from New Jersey, Philosophy, Eddie G, Meredith Powell, Samantha Brakefield, Cindy C, Smila J. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Smila J said she'd fail miserably. Melissa McQueen, Cha-Cha, Michelle Bookout, Monique Lee, Sylvia Correa, Lisa Hathaway, Cora Lord, Mia to you, Jen Murphy, Elaine Prieto, Cha-Cha. Good job, you guys. Good job. I see you too, Samantha Hawkins, everybody else. You know I can't read everybody's name. Next up, let's keep it moving. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Here we got Uret Ladobo. Uret Ladobo. Uret Ladobo. Da na 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 na. Ra na 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 na. Na 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 na. Ra na 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 na. Net dome. And no, I am not paying any royalties to the person who did the Jeopardy think music. Okay, I've seen enough. That's what the cowbell is for. And boom, we were looking for True Blood. True Blood, fantastic show, by the way. It's about vampires down in New Orleans. It's a great show. Great show. Sookie was the main character. Let's see, who do we have at the top here? We have Michelle Bookout, followed by Melissa McQueen, Cindy C, that damn Alaskan, the Trump Reaper, Philosophy, Eddie G, Samantha McIntyre, Susie Brizuela, Misha Oliver, Mia to you, Lee Saunders, Sylvia Correa, Samantha Brakefield, Nurse Mitch, Marie from New Jersey, Xander Zork, Valerie G, Meredith Powell, Bernadette, DeGenie, or is it just Genie? The D is silent. Gavin Rutherford. Good job, you guys. Good job. Okay, next up. Oh, this one is more difficult to pronounce. Rukbu Ruyo in Mahasusest. Rukbu Ruyo in Mahasusest. In Mahasusest sounds like a town in Long Island. Let's see. I'm gonna have to speed this game up because I'm running a little late. And this one here, one of the funniest shows on TV, Curb Your Enthusiasm. You know, if if you could deal with a little awkward, uneasy, cringeworthy humor, this shit is it's a really funny show. Think about, it's like Seinfeld, but R-rated. It's R-rated Seinfeld. It's off the chain. It's one of my favorite episodes of this is where Larry goes to park his car, but somebody has occupied 2 spaces, and he goes off on the dude. You know, he calls him a shit parker. It's a great show. Many of these things we all have pet peeves about, he addresses in this show. It's fantastic. I love it so much. Next up. Oh, wait. Did I read out names? Oh, my goodness. So sorry. Let's see. Here I am saying I was going to speed this thing up. Okay, at the top we got Michelle, followed by Eddie G. The Trump Reaper. Nurse Mitch, Asmila J, the Damn Alaskan, Cindy C, Jeannie, Philosophy, Lee Saunders, Misha Oliver, Meredith Powell, Melissa McQueen, Mia to you, Regina Clark, Susie Brizuela, Xander Zork. Lisa Hathaway says, increase your enthusiasm. I will accept that. Cha-Cha, Bernadette, Samantha Brakefield, Valerie G, Elaine Prieto, Teresa Plash, Stella Baxter, Jen Murphy. Good job, you guys. Let's go. Let's move it. Let's keep it going. Oh, this one is a tough one here. Esselwardito. Esselwardito. There we go. Esselwardito. I'm really getting good at this jumbled pronunciation. Esworldwito. Maybe I should not be pronouncing these because maybe that sounded too much like like the actual name. I've seen enough. We're looking for Westworld. Westworld. Great show. It's about it obviously takes place in the future where they develop these robots that are almost that look and feel and sound and act just like humans. And the only thing is that these robots they want to be they're conscious, and so they want to be treated as equals or whatever. They don't want to be disposable they don't want to be disposable entities anymore. They want to be respected. Okay. And let's see. At the top, we have Samantha Hawkins, followed by Asmila J, who said she was going to do poorly in this. Meredith Powell, Michelle Bookout, The Trump Reaper, Cindy C, Misha Oliver, Susie Brizuela, Eddie G, Watcher Soko, Stella Baxter, Mia to you, that damn Alaskan, Sylvia Correa, Melissa McQueen, Deb B, Samantha Brakefield, Brooklyn Walker, Nurse Mitch, Xander Zork, Cha-Cha, Lisa Hathaway, Gavin with the Jethro World, Bernadette Ramos, Bernadette H. Good job, you guys. Good job. All right. Next up. Okay. We got Retu Eek TV Itid. Retu Eek Tivid. Retu Eek Tivid. Here we go. Retu Eek Tivid. Boom, boom. And we're looking for True Detective. True Detective is a detective show. It's excellent. Well, it's well done. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's very good. I haven't seen the third season. First one, loved. Second one, meh. Third one, haven't seen yet, but it's Mahershala Ali. How bad could it be? It's got to be great. At the top, we got Michelle Bookout, followed by that damn Alaskan, Lee Saunders, Eddie G, Cindy C, The Trump Reaper, Asmila J, Melissa McQueen, Nurse Mitch, Jeannie, Meredith Powell, Samantha Brakefield, Susie Brizuela, Sylvia Correa, Gavin Rutherford, Samantha Hawkins, Misha Oliver, Mia to you, Brooke, Cha-Cha, Deb B, Lisa Hathaway, Valerie G. Good job, you guys. Good job. Let's keep it going. Let's go. Let's go. Meredith Powell says the third season of that show is great. As soon as I clear these other shows from my schedule, I will endeavor to watch True Detective Season 3. Let's see. Rit-dit-dit-dit-beat-dit-beat. Rit-dit-dit-dit-beat. 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 Deep boom boom. Okay, you guys got this jumped all over this one. I made this one too easy, so I've seen enough. Oh, and we got a comment here. Eddie G says this show had the best series finale of all flipping time. I've heard that about 6 Feet Under, which is our next one here. I've heard that, and it's basically about a family that runs a funeral parlor. It's probably more, but that's all I know about it. At the top, oh, there's Eddie G. Followed by that damn Alaskan, Melissa McQueen, Cindy C, the Trump Reaper, Asmilla J, Mia Mia to You, Misha Oliver, Nurse Mitch, Sherry Scary, Lee Saunders, Michelle Bookout, Watcher Soko, Stella Baxter, Samantha Hawkins, Cha Cha, Meredith Powell, Xander Zork, Sylvia Correa, Gavin Rutherford, Samantha Brakefield, Bernadette Ramos, Susie Brizuela, Elaine Prieto, Valerie G, Wojo Mom. Good job, you guys. Good job. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get after it. Ooh, F. Osnarasop. F. Osnarasop. F. Osnarasop. That is the new Egyptian show. F. Osnarasop. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. The very best part of waking up. Dum dum. Mia Mia to You says the Sopranos had the worst ending ever. I have heard that commentary about the Sopranos. Haven't watched the whole show. I think I watched 2 or 3 episodes. I like to try to watch these shows with wifey. So if she's not with me, sometimes I'll catch up later. At the top here, we got Cindy C, followed by Melissa McQueen, Nurse Mitch, Sylvia Correa, Samantha Hawkins, Meredith Powell, Eddie G, the Trump Reaper, Gavin Rutherford, Samantha Brakefield, Cora Lord, Mia Mia to You, Michelle Bookout, Lisa Hathaway, Susie Brizuela, Cha Cha, Misha Oliver, Watcher Soko, Asmila J, Valerie G, Bernadette Ramos, Xander Zork. Good job, you guys. Good job. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Booyaka! Oal Bad Pemeri. Eddie G, why would you do it? That's a spoiler alert. No. You don't know that. You don't know that, Eddie G. You don't know that. I'm not even going to share what Eddie G said because it might be a spoiler. But based on what I heard about the ending, nobody really knows what happened at the end of The Sopranos. It was just, they were playing a song and then they fade to black. Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody. But I know about this. I've seen enough. This Oal Badr Pemeri is none other than Boardwalk Empire, another one of my. This is on my all-time favorite list. Show is very engrossing, extremely excellent. Just the cinematography, the acting, the directing, everything. Love this show. Love it. Watched it twice. First by myself, second with wifey. Let's see. At the top, we have the Trump Reaper, followed by Lee Saunders, Cindy C, Meredith Powell, Eddie G, Samantha Brakefield, Misha Oliver, Mia Mia to You, Susie Brizuela, Lisa Hathaway, Bernadette H., Xander Zork, Samantha Hawkins, Watcher Soko, Valerie G., Bernadette Ramos, that damn Alaskan, Stella Baxford. Good job, guys. Good job. All right. Got two more. Here's the next one. Eight women. .com. Let's see. All right, seen enough. Everybody's leaving to go to dinner. My dinner's calling too. I can smell my dinner cooking, but I gotta finish the show. And we're looking for a Watchmen. Fantastic show. I don't know why they're not doing a new season of this. It really bothers me. It's just splendid. This was a show that taught me about the Tulsa Massacre. I didn't learn this in the high school I went to, which was the Dalton School, which is like a top-notch school in the country, not just New York, in the country. Didn't learn this until I watched it on TV, on The Watchmen. Go figure. They need to make a new season of this. Oh, but the director doesn't want to for some reason. Stella Baxter is at the top, followed by Samantha Hawkins, the Trump Reaper, Meredith Powell, Samantha Brakefield, Asmila J., Sylvia Correa, Nurse Mitch, Susie Brizuela, Mia to You, Cha Cha, Cindy C., Watcher Soko, Xander Zork, Bernadette Ramos, Lisa Hathaway, Melissa McQueen, Elaine Prieto, Eddie G, Deb B. Good job, guys. Good job. Last one. Here we go. Okay. Last one is Tulsa Eque Ionfd. Tulsa Eque Ionfd. Ionfd. Tulsa Eque Ionfd. Ra-da-da-da-da-da-da. The very best part of waking up is just throw in your cup. All right, seen enough. We were not looking for Salt Week tonight, unfortunately. We were looking for Last Week tonight, starring the very wonderful, awesome John Oliver. And let's see who's at the top. Melissa McQueen is at the top, followed by Sherry Scary. Meek Spees says Tesla dies tonight. Nurse Mitch, Lee Saunders, the Trump Reaper, Eddie G, that damn Alaskan, Meredith Powell, Asmila J, who like guessed most of these. Said she was gonna flunk. I'm just pointing that out to you guys. Don't doubt yourself, huh? Just take a stab. You never know what could happen. The Trump Reaper, Samantha Brakefield, Susie Brizuela, Misha Oliver, Samantha Hawkins, Corey Lord, Xander Zork, Gavin Rutherford, Stella Baxter, Sylvia Correa, Debbie, Lisa Hathaway, Mia to You, Bernadette A, Cha Cha, Sarah B, Bernadette Ramos. Good job, you guys. Good job. And that was Philosophy with Salt Week tonight. Good job all around. Thank you for playing. Thank you. And now, last but not least, hey, Eagle Star 747, you showed up just in time for You raggedy bish.
You raggedy bish.
That is so awesome. I love that audio. You raggedy bish. Philosophy. I sang your name. There you go. And today's You Raggedy Bish trigger warning. This is disgusting. Now, what I promise you is this. I am going to show you a clip of Pastor Mike Todd and why he was in the news, trending on Twitter yesterday and today. I am going to cut it before he does the unthinkable, and this is why he was trending.
Changing something and you don't see it clearly yet, but you hear.
You can probably guess.
And this is where most people would not face Jesus anymore. What most people would do is turn away.
Yes. All right. And that's pretty much all you need to see, because he then proceeded to wipe his hand with the spit on it, and that was hawk spit. Like, it was bad enough he just spit in his hand, but that was hawk spit, bro. I mean, he could have achieved the same thing just coughing right in the brother's face. It's bad enough to do that and not, use the elbow. It's bad enough just to cough into your hand and then want to shake the hand. He could have done that. There's so many different nasty things he could have done if he wanted to prove a point, right? Just being foul, because basically his message was, Wajashoka was asking why. His message was, receiving God's vision can be nasty. Well, if that's the message God has for me, and that's not my God, I don't want nothing to do with that God. That God is nasty. You're saying your God is an asshole? Come on. During a pandemic? Come on. You can make the point without being foul, but that's also quite dangerous. That's dangerous to do that shit during a pandemic. What kind of example is he setting? This is supposed to be a so-called, quote-unquote, man of God. I love how these people who are man of God and woman of God, they will say that that God will save you. Don't worry about no vaccine. God will save you. Who do you think made the vaccine possible to go into your arm? It was God, bro. Good Lord. Yeah. Ugh, disgusting. And then he tweeted, "It's never my intention to distract others from God's word and the message of Jesus, even with illustrations. I apologize for my example being too extreme and disgusting. I love everybody." Didn't you know ahead of time? That was going to be disgusting? He knew. He wanted to make the message about himself. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what this televangelism is all about. It's about self-promotion. He's promoting himself to get more, what do you call those people who attend, parishioners? More people in the church. More asses in seats. That's what he wants. I don't want anything to do with that church. That shit is nasty. So yeah, that doesn't need any further explanation. He is today's You Raggedy Bish. Smilla J's like, but why did the other guy agree to this? I don't know. Maybe he said, I'll give you $1,000 if you let me spit on your face. And the guy says, you spit on my face, I'm gonna break you in half. And he said, okay, what if I spit on my hand and then rub it on your face? He says, nah, man, you give me 10 G's and I promise I won't break you in half. All right, 10 G's. Maybe he had to pay him some good money to not break him in half. Oh, Melissa McQueen says it's his brother. That's disgusting. Why would you do that to your brother? Oh, I don't think there's enough money. There's not enough money to let a guy spit in his his hand, rub it on my face. No, because the hand would be coming right out. Slap. What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, a.k.a. BrooklynDad. And if you have not gotten your shot yet, go get the shot. Don't drink somebody's urine. Don't let somebody spit and wipe it on your face. Just get the shot and you'll be good. Yeah? And when I say you'll be good, it doesn't mean you get the shot. It's going to prevent you from getting COVID. It means if you do get COVID, you're less likely to die. Yeah? Also, wear a mask. Keep your social distance. 6 feet or better! And have a lovely, relaxing evening and tomorrow. Because as you know, I will not be here mañana, but I will be here on Wednesday, a.k.a. Happy Hump Day. So you guys have a wonderful evening. I will see you here Wednesday, same time, same place. Happy birthday to Misha's hubby. How we fit the birthday greeting in at the end. I love you all. Peace. I see we were joined by LN at the end here. Greetings to you. Boom. All right, Eagle Star 747. Why don't you go ahead and throw your handle up there? Throw up your handle so if anybody wants to follow Eagle Star 747, you know where you're at. Hey! You are welcome, Susan C. Thank you for joining us. Those of you who have not yet smashed that like button, please remember to smash it. Oh yeah, Eddie G, I did watch the Super Dave special. That was fantastic on HBO. Hey! Thank you, Xander Zork. Much appreciated. Eagle Star's Twitter handle is @Vicente_job. Lisa Hathaway said, I should name this cowbell of mine Jethro. That way when Jethro tolls, you know what? That's pretty funny. I like it. Jethro it is. The cowbell is now known as Jethro, ladies and gentlemen. Jethro Bell. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you once again. Enjoy the rest of your Martin Luther King Jr. birthday day. And that's it. You know what time it is. You need to leave.